Alright guys, we are back with round 2 Edison Format at Epik Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We have Daniel on the left versus Justin on the right, both playing a Frog Monarch deck. This tournament was 4 rounds of Swiss, cut to top 8. This tournament we actually had enough players for the 7th round total, which hasn't happened that often. I think we did have a couple weeks ago 18 players, but yeah. I think the reason we had a lot of players on this particular day is we had quite a few new faces that came over from Advanced. Shout out to Aiden for bringing over a couple of Advanced players. So, all right, this is Justin's channel debut. Justin's been on the channel, he's been at the local a few times. He's kind of new. Ooh, the Oscar special. But this is the first time I've gotten him on camera, so we'll see how he does. While Daniel's usually shows up on the weekdays. He's done okay with this Frog Monarch deck. He's played Nurse Burn and GBs on the channel, but he never made the finals with this Frog Monarch deck. I think the furthest he made it was like top 4. So let's even get to his first final. So Daniel sets one and passes to Justin. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of like on some days people just come in with the same decks. Like last week we had a bunch of Lightsworn players on a Thursday, and then on a Saturday we had a bunch of GB players, and on this particular day everyone was on either a Frog Monarch, we had like 5 Frog decks, or Blackwing. Surprisingly, there was no Value Turbo players on this day, which I can't remember the last time that happened. Anyway, Daniel sets. Standby Treeborn. I did not like playing Frog Mirrors back in the day, so we'll see how this one goes. I'm trying to think which mirror I prefer playing. Out of the big 3 decks that I've played, here comes Regeki Break. Regeki Breaks a swap. Discards Water Art. Daniel's hand must be bad if he has... Yeah, his hand must be bad if he has to discard a Water Art. Yeah, he didn't draw his Frog Engine. But anyway, yeah, as far as the big 3 when it comes to mirror matches, I actually think the Value Mirror is probably the one I enjoy playing the most out of the big 3. Yeah, I would say the Value Mirror. Probably because I have the most experience in that one. Okay, so here he Battle Faders. Yeah, I would say that's probably the one I enjoy playing the most. I'm not saying it's a fun mirror, but if you made me choose between the Blackwing Mirror, the Frog Mirror, or the Value Mirror, I'd probably rather play the Value Mirror. Right here he Kaises him, so feels like we haven't had Daniel on the channel in a while. It's been rare since he... I think because whenever he was playing Nurse Burn, I featured him a lot. But now that he's on Frog Monarch, it's like, yeah. Okay, so here comes Spiritual Water Art. That card is everywhere these days. So yeah, Daniel just didn't draw his Frog Engine. No sub, no swap, no Treeborn. So like the Water Arts, all that stuff was dead. So he chooses Fader. He leaves him with Heavy, Soul Exchange, Ariza, Spiritual Water Art. So 52 to 10k. Now, as far as who do I want to win, I mean, they're playing almost the exact same deck. So, again, Justin's on his channel debut, while Daniel did make the finals, I think, at least 3 times with Nurse Burn. So I'm going to root for Daniel. All right, Dirty Dan sets one and passes to Justin. Surprisingly, I've never played against Justin, even though he's been there a few times the past like month or so. All right, so he attacks with Swap. Another Regeki Break. What's he at? 42? He drew Avarice. Oh my god. Daniel's drawing awful. So I guess this is kind of like a Dream Frog deck. And I wonder if Daniel's playing Upstart. Let's see. Will he finally draw that frog engine? Dust shoot. That's not a bad draw, but man, he just can't get any offense going. So here come. Oh, and then he has his own dust shoot and transmigrate. Oh, I think Justin borrowed Trayon's deck. That's I think. Now I could be wrong because there's a transmigration in the main deck, which I don't know. I think that card's okay, but in the main deck. So he's just poking him with swap, leaving him at 22. There's gotta be. Now he sets his dust shoot, and yeah, Daniel just picks up his card. So Justin takes game 1 against Daniel. Pretty quick game 1. That just Daniel drew awful. It's hard to win with frog decks, so obviously when you don't draw your frog engine, it's like almost impossible. At least the frog hero deck can kind of play out of it if you open Stratos. Like you can just go Stratos into if you play Prodigy or Mally. So at least you have some way to tribute for a Monarch, and then you can also play with Miracle Fusions. But if you draw at least like an E-car or something like that to grab Ocean, but the pure Frog Monarch deck, I guess you could play with like Soul Exchange. Alright, so Daniel sets 2 monsters to Justin's 1. I wonder if the Dream Frog deck draws like this. Because Daniel's deck's not a Dream Frog deck, it's just a pure Frog Monarch deck. But the decks are similar. What's the difference between the Dream Frog deck? Is they play like the tuners and stuff, right? The Dream Frog deck, they play like Fishborgs and Junks. I think that's the difference. They don't play Moray in the Dream Frog deck. So here comes Dust Shoot. Brain, Smashing Ground, Torrential, Transmigration, Double Battle Fader, and the Riser. So he leaves it with no Monarchs. Yeah, I can see this matchup is going to be pretty slow because they both play Battle Fader. The Monarch deck, the pure Monarch deck already doesn't do enough like damage turn 1. Okay, so this game Daniel drew his frogs, so summon swap, take down Treeborn. Tap. Is he going to attack into this dupe frog? So attack, it is dupe. Bounce, swap. Pass to Justin. What kind of madness is that he's playing? I don't know. I don't think it's Star Wars. All right, is he going to set the transmigration? So this card, see, this is why this card is okay. Because he's just going to send Treeborn again. Yeah, he's going to summon swap. Doesn't he have Trap Dust Shoot? But oh. So dupes will miss timing here. Yeah, that's what they're debating. Yeah, they definitely misses timing because it goes Chain Link 1, Swap Frog, Chain Link 2, Torrential. He's going to Chain Water Art. So both of Daniel's dupes will miss timing here. So he's got Smashing Brain, Ryza, and Double Battle Fader. Yeah, get rid of the Ryza. Come on, man. Get rid of the Ryza. Yep, so he leaves him with Smashing Brain, Double Battle Fader. Now, one thing I want to bring up is this tournament was the last tournament before the new time rule is going to go into effect. Which, I was talking to like people at the local about the new time rule. And me, since I filmed so much Edison the past 2 years, more than 2 years now. It's rare when I get a video that's 50 minutes because obviously I film everything and then I edit out the side decking parts of the videos. Anyways, here he drops Battle Fader on the Treeborn. I don't know why, but let me finish ranting about the time rule. I know it affects modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Way more. Edison, I don't think it's a big deal. It's like so rare when I come up when matches go 50 minutes plus. It's such an anomaly. Unless you and your opponent are both playing slow. The only matchups where I think it does take a long time is Frog Mirrors, like in this example. That's about it, but it's like so rare. So that's why I think the Edison community is not as upset about the time rule. Also, you're not going to get intentionally draws in Edison, which I know I've seen some people have intentionally drawn at events, and it just leaves like, I just don't like intentional draws. I'm so against it. But I've seen people do it intentionally at events. And it causes, like, I've seen it like at big, like, especially at Ultimate Time Wizard tournaments. There's people who they'll play the last round, they'll play someone they know, they'll intentionally draw, so they both make it into top cut, and then knock some of the higher X2s. So, anyways, Caius, chain bottomless. Yeah, you don't normally see bottomless in Frog decks, but Daniel could have had like a Regeki break or something. I have seen some people side bottomless, but yeah, not really a card you normally see in Frog deck. Anyway, here comes MST from Justin. So here comes Sub. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's like 2 years ago. I remember there was a point where people got tired of me uploading Frog videos. So I stopped getting them, and then like lately everyone just got, at least at my local, everyone stopped playing Frogs. No one played it. Except like John occasionally would play Frog Monarch. He was like the only one who was really playing Frogs. Sal too, but it's making a little bit of a comeback. So he drops another Battle Fader. No spiritual water art. Okay, so Daniel passes to... Alright, Trap Dust Shoe, man. This guy's hand's been getting ripped apart. Caius, Swap, Smashing, Soul Exchange, Smashing, Brain Control. 2 Smashing Grounds. Oh, he's got the Chibi Gores. DD Crow. Alright, summon Swap. So he's probably going to crash Swap into Swap. And Daniel kept his Swap in just for... Sorry. He kept his Swap up, but was it worth it? Probably kept it on the field just for hand size. He didn't want to have to discard a card. So, bounce. Or let's see if he crashes Swap. He chooses not to crash. What did Daniel draw? Treeborn in attack mode. So Daniel's just trying to do damage. And he has a creature swap in hand, so they're both at 7k. Did he set Mirror Force? So standby Treeborn. Yeah, not much is going on, man. They're both just doing the same thing. Treeborn into swap, set back row. So he attacks Treeborn. Pass to Dan. He just drew Gores. Was it Gores? I think, yeah, this is just a slow-paced game. That's why I'm yapping about the new time rule. Yeah, like this is the one matchup where time, I think, could go into effect. Just because of the dupe lock. Battle Faders, none of them drawing a Monarch. Let's see if these two would have gone into time. Again, this was the last tournament before Epik decides to implement the new timer. I think the new timer was going to affect for every Konami event. Now, I know Konami's not hosting much Time Wizard anymore, at least for the time being. But at least at locals, if your shop is an official tournament store, they're probably going to have to go by the new time rule. Which I don't mind. It's not a big deal to me. It's not going to affect Edison much at all. Like I said, I've lost track. How many videos have I uploaded on the channel? Like over 1,000. And it's rare when I look at a video and it's like 50 minutes long. It's only happened a few times. And most of those videos were Donnell. Like, it could have been saved if Donnell would have just played a little faster. So yeah, like I said, it's not going to affect us Edison players much at all. Now, if we were playing hat format, yeah, there was a times when I had quite a few long hat videos, so those could drag on. All right, Standby Treeborn. So he's smashing grounds the Gores. Unknown? Summon Swap. What he sent? Oh, dude. Now, as far as these two guys' records, I'm a guess. Ooh, I'm a guess they were both. Were they 1-0 or 0-1? I can't remember. They might have been both been 0-1. But since it was 4 rounds, cut the top 8. X2 still have a chance to get in. But going 0-2, you're probably not going to get in. Yeah, probably not. You'd have to, like, lose the last round. So he switches Treeborn to defense. Bounces swap. Pass. Did Daniel finally draw a Ryza or something? Nope. Maybe Daniel's just not playing enough Monarchs. Like, he's drawing all the soul exchanges, creature swaps, battle faders, all this stuff, but no. Not many Monarchs. All right, so here comes Salvage. So he chooses Treeborn and Substitute. Pitch, Treeborn, and Special Summon Swap Frog. And here Daniel drops the Battle Fader. Looks like 41 AK. He drew sub. Daniel checking his graveyard. Treeborn. Summon sub. I mean, his Frogs are gone, right? Or did he put them back with Avarice? It's been a long game. So tribute. Get Frog. Normally the Frog is not that great in the mirror because it gets Caius, Ryza, and then if they side Soul Exchange, but these decks are probably main decking Soul Exchange. Here comes good old wind control. Oof. Yeah, I remember in the past, you used to never leave sub up in the mirror match because it gets brain controlled and a lot of people were main decking enemy controller. Which I think it's falling out in favor. You most of the time only see one enemy controller in most Frog decks. I know in the past people were like on multiple enemy controllers, and I never was a big fan of the card. I know people looked at it as brain control, but it was just. I think I never played more than one. Most of the time I would play 0. So he tribute summons the Chibi Gores. He drew Dark Dust Spirit. That was a good draw. Yeah. That was a good draw. So Standby Treeborn. Bounce swap. He's probably going to tribute something in Dark Dust. Tribute Dark Dust. So dupe will want to... Oh, does he not know he can grab from grave? Is Daniel helping him? Oh, wow. Daniel's helping him. Okay, so he does play Seki. He let him take it. Yeah, that was one guy I was playing. Now, we're playing on DB ranked the other day. And he didn't know you could grab frogs from the graveyard with dupe. I'm not going to tell him in the middle of the game. Not when we're playing DB ranked. I already lost enough. I'm not trying to lose any more points. Let's past like a couple of weeks, I've been on a slump. Just been losing. And then so I was going to tell him after the game, but he rage quitted. So I didn't have a chance to tell him. Okay, so here he attacks him. Does he have another fader? Yep, here comes fader. Bounce swap. Probably has too many cards in his hand. Daniel's not even playing the hand control Frog Monarch deck. I actually didn't mind watching that one. The Oscar special. Is you guys going to continue to Dark Dust Spirit him, or did he draw Ryza? Put the Treeborn on top. Attack swap, most likely. Oh, he's going to brain control him. Oh, he's going to bounce back his Ryza. Oh, that's good. Attack over the Battle Fader, attack with Ryza, and then he's going to bounce back his Ryza. Okay, nice. Nice play. You get another Ryza for next turn. How good is Compulse in Frog decks? It might not be bad. Just bring back your Monarchs so you have plenty of Monarchs every turn. You can use it like offensively and defensively by like stopping your opponent's plays and like bouncing your old Monarchs. If you don't get pressured, it might not be bad. Because that's one of the issues with Frogs is like you have to draw like multiple Monarchs. But you also don't want to get like OTK'd and stuff. That's why I feel sometimes Blackwing Frogs struggle against Blackwings, because the Blackwing players will they'll just get really aggressive. What the heck? Ancient Gear Beast? Does that negate Treeborn for the rest of the game? I forgot what that card does. Is it kind of like a is it kind of like the, what's the card called? The zombie, I forgot its name. Revive King. So set from Justin. Standby Treeborn. Tribute summon Ryza, and here comes Bottomless. Yeah, another Frog player with Bottomless. You don't normally see that. That's weird. So he attacks for 2k. So 48, 23. Set pass. Are they going to go into time? Summon swap pass. So he's left with like creature swap, DD Crow. Oh, he could. Does he only have one Treeborn in the graveyard? Or maybe he doesn't want to get Ancient Geared Beast, whatever, to lose both his Treeborns. Ancient. I'm trying to remember what this card does. It's been a while. Ancient Gear Beast. Did he attack the second one? No, okay, so there was two in there. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's kind of like a Revive King. So if he attacks this second Treeborn with the Beast, he won't have access to Treeborn for the rest of the game. But my guess is... Oh, wow. So he let him attack over the second Treeborn. But here comes Soul Exchange, Tribute Swap. For Caius, banish the Beast, and another Bottomless. Again, not a card I normally see in Frog decks, but people are starting to side deck it. So he crows both of Daniel's Treeborns. I mean, Justice only got 2 cards, but the issue is Daniel's up cards, but he just has no like offense except the Dark Dust Spirit. But now that you don't have Treeborn for the rest of the game, but Daniel and Justin can't. Neither one of them are using Treeborn for the rest of the game. Justin, both of his got Ancient Geared Beasts, and Daniel, both of his got Crowed. We'll see how this one goes. I mean, Daniel still should win. Yeah, Daniel should win. Bounce back swap. Or he thought about it. Okay, yeah, so he bounced back swap. Daniel drew Caius. Yo, Daniel might deck out. This has been a crazy game. So cheers for Caius. A second Bottomless. Yeah, there's nothing else he can do. He might deck out. Look how many cards are left in his deck. Summon swap. But Daniel has defense. This doesn't matter. All right, Karma cut the swap. Okay, maybe he's at 18. But yeah, Daniel just can't get no offense going. I hope this doesn't end in a deck out. I was obviously here on this particular day. I entered the tournament as well, and yeah, I remember they were like close to time when I was watching them play. But if we were playing by the new time rule, they would have had an extra 5 minutes. Yeah, I like the new time rule for Edison at least. I don't know about advanced. It might be awful in advanced, but I think 50 minutes. We used to get 40 minutes when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. That extra 10 minutes is a lot of time. Like how often do people go into time with 45 minutes? It's like I think 50 minutes is plenty of time. The only time I can remember having like a 50-minute match, honestly, myself in Edison, and there've been a couple of matches where they've gone long that I've played that I can remember. That's different though. Hat format's way more stuff going on. But as far as an Edison, at least myself, was the only one time I can remember the finals dragged on. No, I think only twice. Once was against Renee's Frog Monarch deck. Again, it's Frog decks. Right, so tributes Vanity Scene. Oh, but he's going to deck out. Soul Exchange into Caius. Banish his back row. Oh, and he can't attack because of Soul Exchange. Oh, that's game. Just pass and deck out. Yep, so Justin 2-0's Daniel. Yeah, Daniel just couldn't draw any offense. Justin had like battle faders. That was a weird long game, and Justin wins by deck out on his channel debut. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you haven't already, please consider joining our members only. I'm uploading an extra 2 to 3 videos a week, only $2.99 a month. Also have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh singles and product at Epik Cards and Games. Those links are in the description below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.